I'm heading out to Georgia's Tail of the Dragon. That's where I'm going right now. Yana, I'll see you later. And I'm gonna go take this ride. Shouldn't be too far, and it's gonna be a fun time. Titan, love you, buddy. I'll see you later. All right, let's go. It's been a minute since I actually took a ride, like a ride, man. Been working, busy, but I've still been riding. Don't get me wrong. And then this weekend we're going out to Tennessee, which I'm looking forward to. And hold on a second. Let me just stop and look at the glory of my land. I came a long way in my life. I come outside and look at this, and I'm gonna tell you, it feels so good. Let me walk y'all real quick and just show you what hard work does for me in my life. I'm not afraid to share things to y'all. You guys already see the house already. You know the house. This is years of work. My land is 2.36 acres. I don't really need a whole bunch. That's massive. I have a little pathway right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm just blessed, man. It's like the work that goes into this thing, into the years of just effort and pushing and meditation and prayers and just keeping my life in order. So my property comes all the way back here. I have a little privacy. I already cut this out with my lawnmower. Cut out these little spaces. Oh man, there's a big ass spider web right there. You see the spider? I don't want to break that spider web. Hold on, let me get under it. Gotta respect nature, man. So we come all the way out here. I'm walking out through it. All right. See, most people do this stuff to show off. I'm not doing this to show off. I'm doing this because, like I said, I consider y'all family, and we're building this nation together. So look at this. So back here, I come all the way out here. Me and my son, we come and we play airsoft weaponry, gun games. You get to shoot and do all kinds of craziness. And I'm walking out through the back, through the pattern. Yeah, people are like, yo, don't be sharing your property, bro, because yo, you never know, man. You never know who's watching. Listen, man, I don't live a life of paranoia, bro. So it goes all the way out here, goes through here, but I'm gonna cut through here. I just got this fence taken down, and it takes me out to the other side. All through here, everything cutting through. I get all this, everything you can see from here. There's a fence over there, and that fence cuts my property line off. But my property goes all the way through here, through here, through here. Got the back of the house right here. We're doing some work. Got a bunch of rugs, carpet stuff that we took out. It's a workout too. With this helmet on, and as I'm walking, you can hear my heart rate going up. So when I decided to buy a house was when the pandemic thing, the scamdemic thing started. And I said, you know what? I want to start looking into buying a home. And a lot of people was like, yo, bro, that's not a smart decision to want to buy a house, man, during that time. I'm saying maybe for you it's not. But if anybody understands the market, you know what's going to happen? The property value is going to go down right now because everybody's scared. And then once everything kind of settles down, the property value is going to go sky high. And guess what? It did. I bought a house that's 6,000 square feet. And I paid next to nothing compared to what I would have had to pay in California. All right. I got the property, doing some work, getting the yard stuff cleaned up. You know, not in a hurry, taking my time. Because the thing about a house, you don't need to rush. Take your time. You know what I mean? I gave y'all a little tour on the outside. My workout is done for the day. Oh, damn. My heart rate is up, man. Hold on a second. All right, let me get this GoPro thing situated. And then we get on this ride. All right, let's get this thing going, man. I'm going to talk to y'all a little bit today about the house and why I shared all this stuff with you guys. The ride I have is an hour and 16 minutes. It's not too long. I'm going into the area that I've never been to before, and I'm looking forward to it. It's 62 miles, and I'll get there at about 3:36. Always share your destination with someone. So right now I'm sharing it with my wife, so she can track my progress, know where I'm at. You know, say that something happens, at least she knows exactly where I was headed and what happened. All right, so the house thing. See, like I was saying, when I started looking into buying my house, right? I got some flack from people, but you know, I don't do things for people. I do things according to how my spirit feels. And when spirit talks to me, it opens up my mind into a completely different variable. And once I listen, everything comes positively. Everything comes the way it should. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that's the beauty behind the whole entire journey. They get my daughter's school bus. I know she's coming off, but she ain't coming off here though. She's gonna come off down below me. But I went through a whole process with my house. I had some issues with the IRS, right? Some taxes or things that happened wrongly with my book. I filed a certain amount of money in the wrong year, which really messed up my taxes. And then my credit wasn't as strong. I had issues there, right? So what I had to do was started building up my credit. I built up my credit by closing out certain accounts that I had, not closing them, but paying them off, and not opening up any new lines of credit. And this is just all of you. If you decided to buy a house, or you're looking to buy some property, or if you own a property and you want to relate to what I'm saying, give your 2 cents in it as well. But I'm just talking to y'all right now about some of the things to expect when you're looking to buy a home. So I cleaned up that credit. I got me a couple of credit lines. There are websites where you can actually get credit lines that will help you to boost your credit. Some people say it's illegal, some people say it's not. I don't like illegal stuff. But for me, it's all legal, legit companies, right? If you don't know what credit lines are, look it up online, what credit lines are. I also started really putting money aside, because you got to have a certain amount of money aside, and it has to be sitting in your bank account for a specific amount of time. So let's say the down payment of the house is 10 grand, and you just put 10 grand in that account. Maybe you had the money underneath your mattress. You know what I mean? Maybe that money was just hiding someplace, right? The most lenders would not accept it, because there's no proof. There's no proof of anything that you had that money there. They want to see the money. They want to know the background. They want to know the trail. They want to know the money trail. So I had money put away, but I put some money in the bank every few months. Just kept on putting money in the bank. And they definitely want to see proof of income. I'm self-employed, so my proof of income is me. I didn't have pay stubs. I don't have none of that. So I did that, and I was able to prove all that. Then I started house shopping, got the approval. I went to a company called Homestar, and Homestar was able to give me the approval of about 450 grand, because I told them the house I'm looking at is going to be between 325 to 450 at the time. My wife wanted us to look at houses that was cheaper, but the house that was cheaper wasn't nowhere close to the size that I wanted. And I know it wasn't close to the size that she wanted. And she started to agree as well, because I want to make sure that my wife is comfortable, my kids are comfortable, and I'm comfortable, right? And at the time, my mom lived with us, so I want to make sure that she's comfortable as well. So boom. Then I had to go to the IRS, connect with the IRS, create a payment plan with the money that I owed was about $50,000. No, 50 grand was for 1 year, and in another year I owed 20. So I owed 70 plus $1,000, all right? So just to give you the idea. So I had to get on the IRS, pretty much had a damn job with the IRS, because you got to wait forever. So I got there, made some calls. They messed up a lot of times. I had to make the calls more than 5 times because they kept on messing up. So we got some payment plans situated where I had to pay a certain amount of money per month, and then I had to show the letter. Now, during that time of the COVID, the letters wasn't being mailed. I don't know if y'all remember that. Mail was, forget about it. Everything was on hold. The post office was shut down. Getting things in the mailbox, man, that was terrible. So I had to wait for that, which put a huge limited factor in the process of the house. But I always put my energy out to the Most High, though. Always put the energy up to the higher intelligence, you know what I'm saying? And let that be the one that guides the whole process. So after calling a few times and over again, I was able to get the transcript online, which showed that I had a payment plan with the IRS, and I translated that to all of the departments that needed to see this payment plan through Homestar. Okay? Then you have the people who was going to make the decisions, right? The underwriters had to see all the things that they needed. Then they wanted to know, where did this $4,000 come from? They want to know where did that money come from? And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. They look at everything. They want 3-month statements in your bank account. Sometimes they want 6, depending on the kind of loan you want to get. In my case, I ended up going with the FHA loan. I didn't want to get any other loans. FHA loan works perfect for me, right? Because remember, I wasn't working with the best credit to begin with. But I was able to get a 2.75 interest on my mortgage, which is phenomenal. Let me tell y'all that right now. And back in the days, 15% used to be phenomenal back in the days. You know what I'm saying? If you know anything about the mortgage rates. So I was able to get everything done and closed right in time. I flew out to Georgia. At the time I was in California, sat with the lawyers, signed a whole bunch of paperwork. It's a lot of paperwork, but it's not as bad as most people would say. You just got to sign. And you know you ain't reading nothing, because basically they're saying that you better pay us our damn money or we're going to take your house. That's all they saying, you know what I mean? So that process was fun. Then I got the keys to the house, one of the most exciting moments of my life, man. Aside like when I met my wife or when I had my first son, you know, a lot of different first times, you know what I mean? And I was able to go to the house, open the doors by myself in my house. It became my house, like ownership, owner for the home, Donovan Green. And I was able to get inside, and let me tell you, man, it felt so good to see me and my wife coming from a little studio apartment in the Bronx. Then we moved into a one bedroom. Then we moved up to Connecticut. Then we moved to California, and we were renting our whole time. You know, every time we moved, we stepped up in life. Every time we moved, it was a step up. It wasn't a step down. You know what I mean? And I'm not knocking nobody else. I'm just telling you the process of where I'm at. You know, I'm not afraid to share this stuff with you all, because we're all going through things, and my goal is to inspire. And I want you to inspire me as well, because when I'm going down through something, I'm going to share that too, you know? So when I got the house, oh my gosh, I looked at the house and I'm saying like, yo, this is the house that I manifested in my life when I was 18. The same house that I said I wanted. I want a house that's deep inside. Well, I ain't gonna lie to you. I wanted a house that was in the mountains, away from people. You know what I'm saying? But the universe had it planned out different for me. It was like, nah, we're not gonna make you go too far, but we're gonna give you the house that you wanted, and you still feel like you're far, but you're not far. All right? So it was a blessing. The money that it took for me to get the house didn't require like 60 grand. You understand? So if you're looking to buy a house, don't feel like you got to save up like for the rest of your life. Of course, the more you pay down, the least amount of money you pay monthly. But if you're lucky enough and you wait for that market to go down, which it will, you will be able to find a nice home, something that is affordable. Remember, don't buy something that's not affordable. Like my house for me is affordable. My income allows me the opportunity to pay for my house every single time without any problems. As a matter of fact, it's 2 years now that I've had the house. Starting in January, I'm going to start to double up on my mortgage so I can pay the house off even faster, get more money paid off. Because you know what? Put the money aside is great, but I'm going to pay up towards my mortgage, and maybe not even double, but pay like maybe a third or a quarter of it, or even a half of it, to get that principal, to put toward that principal, so that everything can just diminish itself quickly, right? Now, when I bought my house on record, it made me close enough to being a millionaire, because remember, you're a millionaire, you don't need to have $1 million solid in your bank account. It's the assets that you have, it's the things that you have that accumulates to $1 million that makes you a millionaire. So right now, my house, I don't need to disclose what I paid for the house. That's public records. You can find that out. I'm not hiding from nobody. But right now, my house is valued at about $750,000 to $800,000, easy. Right now, at this moment, right? Plus, I have other things in my life which puts me well over the millionaire status, right? So if you're looking to say, oh, I want to be a millionaire, hey, you can be a millionaire through your assets. Okay? Now, having a full $1 million in your account, that's a different story. But like I tell y'all, I'm here to share. I'm here to share information. Some people may say, yo, that's too much information. Listen, man, I'm not afraid of people, man. I'm a people person, you know what I mean? That might be the death to me. Who knows? I don't know. But I hate people and I love people. It's like a combo. You know, it's like me being an introvert and an extrovert. I am that. I'm an ambivert. I'm more introverted than I am extroverted. I could do things on my own. I like taking this ride. Yo, I could ride by myself, man. I don't need people to ride with. But at the same time, if I'm riding with my boy Darrell or Dennis or Kevin, right? If I'm riding with Scott, if I'm riding with Mexico, or I'm riding with freaking Tyrone, or riding with my boy Click Clock, you know what I'm saying? These are real people. If I'm riding with these cats, I feel good. It's beautiful. It's good. But you got to make these decisions for yourself, and you have to not try to impress other people. Make sure you're making the decisions that works for you and your future. Okay? Buy something smaller. Maybe you don't need to buy a house. Maybe you need to just keep on renting. Find a house to rent first and just put your money aside. I'm a carpenter, I'm an electrician and plumber. I know how to do a whole lot of things that's required to maintain my home. Now, I had to put a new roof on the house when I bought the house, right? I didn't do that. I don't do roof, but my insurance covered it. I didn't pay nothing. My insurance covered the whole thing because they wrote it off as hail damage, which it was. The roof was old. The house was made in 2007, and it was damaged. There was a lot of things that was messed up in the house, so they changed the roof out. But I had to change out some pipings. I had to change out some electrical sockets. I had to paint, put up some new walls, break down a wall, fix some damaged walls from leaks that the roof messed up. I had to put a whole new what do you call it, a convection oven, put new a gas stove. I had to put new sink pipes. I had to tile the bathrooms. I'll do a video of the inside of the house when the time comes, you know what I'm saying? But I'll show y'all this whole thing, because this whole journey is about everything. This journey is not about one thing. So I did all that by myself. I didn't have to hire somebody to do that. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. If I had to hire somebody, the amount of money I would have had to pay already. So if you're not handy, learn how to be handy first. Don't buy a house because you feel like it's good to buy the home. Buy the house when the time is right, when your spirit feels like its time is right. Don't just buy it randomly, or just on a whim. An emotional buyer, don't do that. All right, so buying a house isn't hard. Just shop around, aim to find the best interest, negotiate stuff in the house. I was able to get 25, no, it's not 25. I was able to get, was it 15 grand, I believe, put towards my closing costs, because the house needed some repairs and the owner didn't want to fix it. So he said, look, I'll give you, I think it was 20,000. I'll give you 20 grand, don't quote me though, towards the payment of the home. And that way I don't got to worry about fixing nothing. Well, guess what? That reduced my amount of money. I was able to get some money back in my pocket. And that money was able to go towards doing some stuff on the floor, because they had like this ugly red stain on the floor that I didn't like. So I got the whole entire house stripped, so they could, and then got it recolored in a natural color. So for me, home ownership, amazing. But I don't own the house yet. The bank still owns the house. I want to own my house. So my mission right now is to get that house paid off. You see what I'm saying? Pay the house off so the house can be mine on paper, and all I do is write that check for my taxes every year, and that's it. You see? So I hope this video can help you out. If you're self-employed like me, you can buy the house. The FHA loan works excellent for self-employment. You know what I'm saying? Start stacking your money up right now. Don't wait last minute. Start putting the chips away, and make sure your credit is building. Pay off any debt that you have. Pay them off. And the credit, don't. Oh, the last. Well, I got a few more things. If you got the time, hang tight. Let's say you get the pre-approval for the home. The pre-approval is not the full approval. Okay, you still got to get approved. So let's say you get the pre-approval letter. That gives you the opportunity to start shopping around a little bit. It shows the realtors that you're serious about buying the house, and you can start looking at homes, but you're not approved. Now you get the approval letter. Once you get the approval letter, you still got to go through the underwriters. So just because you got the approval letter, it doesn't mean for you to go shopping and buying a whole bunch of stuff, because that will hurt you. Don't start buying, it's like, don't count your chickens before they hatch, right? Don't go and start buying like couches and refrigerators and all that stuff, because that's gonna down your credit scores, and you're gonna show that you have too many bills to actually afford to pay the company back their money, which is the mortgage, right? So you got to stay quiet. Don't use your cards. Don't use nothing. If you're shopping, shop small, subtle. Don't go crazy buying TVs and all that stuff. Don't get too excited. All right, so that's it for me when it comes to buying a house. I'm not no realtor. I'm not no professional when it comes to homes. I'm just sharing some of the things that I went through. And for anybody who this video is helping you, let me know if this video is helping you. I don't know if I shared anything that really made sense for you or not, but let me know in the comments, because I really do want to start hearing from you guys. I want to know that the things that I'm sharing, you are understanding the realness of what this channel brings, and it's not just some dude riding a motorcycle talking smack. All right, so listen, much love. Don't forget, Ride Fit Nation, baby. We here. Ride fit or don't ride at all. That's the name of the game. That's the name of the game. All right, I'm out of here. Peace.